what is second law of motion? And even before that, I would like to ask you a very fine question, which is, in my view, it is very fine. Please see force, mass, acceleration. Is force mass? Not at all. Force does act on the body. It is an agent. Mass. What is mass? Amount of matter of a body. Amount of matter contained in a body. Acceleration. Acceleration is produced in the body. Now, is force acceleration? No. Force produces acceleration. Is force mass? No. Force does act on the mass. I mean to say, force, mass and acceleration are different entities. Then the question arises, how can F be is equal to m into A? The question is, how can F be equal to m into A? So my point is that F is not in fact equal to m into A. The answer is F is equal to kma. Now see, what is k? Fine answer. M is equal to 1, acceleration is equal to 1. Then F is equal to how much? F is equal to k. So k is the representative of force. We can say coefficient of force. You see, in every equation, this representative of k is appearing. Like for example, we say coefficient of linear expansion, Lt minus L0 equal to alpha times L0 into t. So if L0 and t are 1 and 1, then Lt minus L0 is alpha. Then what is alpha? Lt minus L0 is expansion. So alpha is coefficient of linear, means lengthwise expansion. Like that, please see ahead. Like for example, coefficient of thermal conductivity. So Q is equal to Ka theta 2 minus theta 1 T over D. So here we see, if area, temperature difference, time, distance are made 1, 1, 1 each, then what will be? The answer, Q is equal to K. So what is K? We can say K is the representative of right and left hand side. Every equation contains the representative on right side, which is the representative in fact of left side, which may be called as coefficient of force, like coefficient of force there, then coefficient of thermal conductivity here, or we can say representative of force. So see, one question had come in PMT, for example, it's a very fine question. In my view, it is very fine question. I would like to appreciate through this TV network that person who asked in the year 87 or 86 in MP PMT, Madhya Pradesh PMT, this question what I am going to ask. He asked this question in the PT examination, pre-engineering test. Now please see what was the question. Somewhat there may be little wavering. See, the question was, what is the correct second law of motion? A, F is equal to kma, B, F is equal to ma, C, F is equal to 2ma, and D, F is equal to something else. Now the answer was clearly kma, not F is equal to ma. But how F is equal to ma has arrived? Fine question is appearing. When F is equal to kma, then how we get F is equal to ma? So please see how k has become equal to 1 is a question for us. It's not a very easy question, and please see that the questions have appeared in your PMT and PT examinations so many times. Now one more question I will show you on this aspect what I have told just now. One more question had appeared in the year somewhat 86 or 87 in MP PMT. See, in the equation W is equal to J into H. W is J, everyone knows. Now W is equal to J into H. In the equation W is equal to J into H, what is J? A, conversion factor, and 4 alternatives have been asked. Now the answer is very clear that A is a conversion factor, that is representative or conversion factor, or it may be called as a coefficient. What a fine, elegant idea. Now please see that through these questions I want to tell you that the examination trend expects deep understanding of the subject. Please be deeper in your studies. Now we go ahead to understand, we are back to F is equal to kma. Now this F is equal to kma, where k is what? Unknown factor. It is representative of force. Now how to determine k? The genuine power lies in the determination of k. As per Newton, where the significant part lies is in determination of k equal to 1. Please see how he determined k to be equal to 1. Like for example, let us say m is equal to 1 unit, acceleration equal to 1 unit, then f is equal to k. Now we have to determine k. See what a fantastic idea Newton gave. Like for example, unit mass when kept in air or vacuum and acted upon by a force 1 unit and acted upon by certain force which produces unit acceleration when the body is kept in air or vacuum. This force what is acted upon the body, if we take it as 1 unit, then k will become equal to 1. Please see again. Like unit mass when kept in air or vacuum and acted upon by certain force which will produce unit acceleration in the body, then the amount of force which have acted, this unknown force was defined for the first time by Newton as F to be equal to 1 unit. What a fantastic idea he gave, that F is equal to 1 unit mean what? That by defining this unit force, he laid the foundation of quantitative measurements of quantities, physical quantities. And it became later on a trend to give like this physical quantities a mathematical form, like Q is equal to mst and so on and so forth, many equations, and so on and so forth, many equations. Every now physical quantity have been turned into physical equation. Now please see, the genuine power of Newton, it lies in the fact that how he defined k to be equal to 1. Now is that all about Newton? Is that all about second law, first law and third law? And moreover, is that all about Newton to speak about? He is a genius. What to say more about Newton is better to speak what Einstein have said about Newton. See what Einstein says about Newton. On an occasion, Einstein was asked, Einstein, you know very well, I am not to say anything about, hundreds of years ahead, such a scientist like Einstein would not take birth, and hundreds of years have passed when such a scientist might have not taken birth. Now please see what Einstein says about Newton. Einstein, the great man on earth, greatest man on earth, like Einstein, see what he wants to say. One day on an occasion he was asked, who is bigger, Albert or Einstein? So Einstein's answer was, certainly Newton is a big genius who laid the foundation of theory of relativity 300 years back through his laws of motion. What I mean to say is that the laws of motion are yet ahead to understand. This is not an end. Now let